As we continue our tour around the continent, joining our friends amid the pandemic, we check in with New York Islanders forward and new father, Jordan Eberle, joining us from the couch today. Good afternoon, Ebs. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great. You know, the last time we had you on, you said, that you had the birth of your first child upcoming. None of us saw this pandemic hitting us, but this is what's happening with you. Am I right in saying, from a family perspective, it's not the worst time for this?
Yeah, the timing of all this was, couldn't have worked out really better for me. As weird as it is to say, obviously a lot of people are struggling with health and whatnot, but for me, getting some time off to be here with obviously my daughter, help out my wife, it's been great. Obviously miss hockey, but get to spend some time with the family and learn all about this little one now.
Well, so tell us how the process went. Obviously smooth. How's everybody doing, and how's it changed your life here in the early going? Tell us about it. We got all day.
Yeah, I got all day too. So I don't know if you want to get me talking that long, but you know what? We were on the West Coast. We were on a road trip we're doing Calgary, Vancouver. We played Vancouver, flew to Calgary, and funny enough, obviously I live there in the summer, but I got a call from my wife the day before the game, and she said, baby's coming, so you got to get back. So I jumped on a plane right away, and we landed in Grand Forks to refill. And funny enough is when I got the text on my way home that the season was canceled. So it was like a whirlwind of things going on. I got home, and a couple days later, baby came, and that's kind of been my priority as of late. But trying to stay in shape and trying to figure out what the heck's going on in that aspect as well. So I feel like I'm stuck in limbo a bit, but it's been great so far. Just kind of hanging around with Collins, and both girls are doing good.
First grandchild for your parents or not?
It is the first girl.
First, okay, so that comes with its own special amount then. I get that. That's good. Well, I'm sure everybody's excited about it. Now, Ebbs, I know that you're a guy like every NHLer that takes your health and your conditioning very seriously. So, I mean, we've talked to a lot of athletes in the last couple of weeks, and not many are doing anything other than riding the bike at home, Peloton, maybe going outside for a jog, lifting weights. What's your regime been like?
Very similar. We got a gym in our basement, so I'm trying to stay as active as possible. It's funny when you're in the middle of the season, you don't really feel, you think about how your body's doing and the aches and pains, but you kind of just play through it. But once you take a couple weeks off and you get back to working out, that stuff kind of gets a chance to heal and your body starts feeling good. So I took a week or two off just to try and heal some stuff. But once I got back working out, it's been good so far. The body feels good. I think more than anything, I'm just kind of anxious to figure out what's going on. Much like most people, I think if we start the season right away, you got to make sure that you're in shape, or else you're going to get hurt. You're not going to play well. There's just certain aspects that you need to try and keep your body going. And I'm not a young buck anymore, so I got to try and stay in shape as much as I can.
It's funny because it just shows how everybody's different, because Shane Knighty said he figured you guys could get back to shape in a week. Brent Sopel said only takes 2 days to get out of shape, but everybody's body's different, right? And where are you, if you don't mind me asking, getting your info from, Ebbs? Is the Players Association, the Islanders themselves, your teammates? How are you keeping informed?
Yeah, we've had a couple conference calls with the PA, and information being passed from GMs to us. But I mean, a lot of it is the same stuff that everyone else is receiving. From a player's perspective, obviously we'd like to get going as soon as everything happens, but I can't see it in the foreseeable future, anytime soon, at least, with some of the bans that the government's putting in place. So, and then going back to working out, it's if you've played hockey and at a high level, you know that you can ride the bike, you can work out, you can lift weights, you can run, but there's nothing that translates as much to getting on the ice and actually putting in the work there. So I'm a strong believer that when things do come back, going, we're going to need a week or a little bit to at least some skates to get our lungs under us and get our legs under us, so that the product that we're putting on the ice is good.
Ebbs, I got to ask you this. So I was in Vegas when you guys were there, but the Golden Knights said, look, we're skating in Summerlin. The Islanders, if they're skating, is at T-Mobile. You got to pick one. And since the Knights were the ones that invited me, I said, I better stay and watch your skate. So I never did get down there to see you. I apologize. But I was at the game, and here's my question. You guys lost 2-0. The place went nuts because 18,000 people get a case of free donuts from Krispy Kreme donut with a shutout. Yeah, so I was kind of hoping for you not to score late. But when you're playing in Vegas, do you notice what's going on around you? Because I've never seen anything like it before, and I've been in a lot of places. What's it like from a player's perspective going in there?
I love it. I know a lot of the guys on my team and guys who play there love it. It's I mean, you've been there. It's like it's like a show. It's entertainment. They got the dancers, they got fireworks going off, the music's loud. And I think it just creates an energy in the building that it's hard to surpass in a lot of rinks. So for me, from the first time I played there, it immediately jumped to the top of the list of the places that I enjoyed playing just because of the atmosphere, the way the city got behind them, and just entertainment value. It was a fun place to play. There was a lot of energy in the rink.
Well, I wondered how much you see it because down at warm-up, I took my brother on the trip, and I was on the glass, pounding on the glass, trying to get your attention. I had my camera out, and the dancing girls were behind the glass, and you guys really were trying to avoid them. So I just wondered how much you see or how much you pretend not to see.
No, I love it. It's what it feels like. It feels like you're during warm-ups, like the music's going loud. They got the fireworks, everything. It feels like you're at a club in Vegas in warm-up. So it's not hard to get up for those games.
Jordan, have you guys ever had a chance to enjoy Vegas? Not maybe go out and party and do all the crazy stuff, but have you ever been at the end of a trip where you've been able to stay an extra day, at least go to a casino, do something like that, or is it always every time a business trip?
It's a business trip, but I've always said, there's different sides to Vegas. You can go there and party and have a good time and, feel like crap going home. But, you can go there and, for us, it's a good chance to, let's say you got a night off, you go out for a nice dinner, go to a show. There's stuff you can do there that you don't have to, make your body feel bad. So, we take it as a business trip, and everywhere we go, it's the same. So, there is nights off where you go have a nice dinner, have a glass of wine or whatnot. But for the most part, our season is so condensed. We're playing every second day. You got to take care of yourself or you're going to be pushed out.
Yeah, I've actually recently experienced that side of Vegas. It's nice. You don't have to kill yourself down there when you go. My question is with the Coliseum, Nassau County Coliseum. Are you guys playing all your games there, half the season? What's the deal? What's your home schedule like in New York?
I'm going to mess this up, but I want to say we played, of the 41 home games, we had 13 at Brooklyn, and the rest were at the Coliseum. So I guess if the season were to resume, I want to say we had 2 or 3 left in Brooklyn, and then the rest were at the Coliseum. Then playoffs they had decided that all the games will be at the Coliseum. So, for the guys and the players on Long Island, the Coliseum's close to home. It's a 5-minute drive. So the commute's easy for us. It makes it easier. The fan base seems to like it, it being on Long Island. And then for Brooklyn, it's just a different rink. For us, we leave. A lot of us take the train or you take a car into the city, which is about an hour and a half. And then it's about the same home. So logistically, the commute's a little easier for the Coliseum.
Right. So it's a bit of a pain, but you get through it. You do what you got to do. So you broke up when I asked you about the lacrosse team. So you're sharing the Coliseum with them?
I'm pretty sure we are, yeah. You know what's funny? I haven't really seen them around, but I'm pretty positive they play there.
Yeah, well, their season just got going, by the way, and if they've played 2 home games, that would be a lot. But let me just ask you this. How are you liking New York compared to growing up in Regina and spending all those years in Edmonton? It's a trip, as they used to say. How do you like living in the biggest city on the continent, or at least in America?
Yeah, it's a change for sure. I grew up in Eastern Regina, so to come out here, it's funny because I went from Regina to Edmonton, and Edmonton gets a bad knock for it being cold and you get a lot of free agents. They struggle to go there, and it's always been the case in NHL, but. For me, it was like moving to a big city from Regina to Edmonton. I loved it. But then going from Edmonton to New York, it was a change. So I mean, there's a ton to do here. There's how many sports games going all the time. There's shows, there's dinners, but I still love going back home. There's something about being home that you get some fresh air. It makes it a little easier.
Last one for you, Ebs, is from producer Clark. What was it like the night John Tavares made his return to New York from your perspective?
I felt bad for him, to be honest. The guy he had done a lot for Long Island, in the way that he was getting booed and they were throwing snakes on the ice. But I mean, the fans here are passionate. You never want to go against them. I think there was 3 of us last year who were free agents, Nelson, myself, and Lee, and we were all, joking around that we can't leave this team. The fans disown you. So, but they're passionate. They love the island, and I think that's why a lot of people love playing here. But John doesn't get the happiest response when he comes here.
Well, we'll see where it goes from here. I don't think he regrets the decision, but we were all watching up here. Where's your jammies? Remember that chant?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Where's your jammies?
They were throwing snakes at him. They had everything going.
All right. Ebs, I appreciate the time as always. Hope to see you on the ice sooner than later, but good luck with the new edition, and I appreciate it. Stay safe.
Thanks, Rod. Yeah, you too. Take care, guys.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of The Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.